Meanwhile, Kansas City Chiefs.
I
gave you scenarios for playoff clinching scenarios for Week 15, and the Chiefs are, as you know, not among them. Normally they are. Last year they already clinched the division by this point.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about what about the 1 seed? There are playoff elimination scenarios for 3 AFC teams this week. Cincinnati's eliminated from a playoff loss if they just lose to playoff contention with a loss to Baltimore, period. The Dolphins have an elimination scenario. They'll know when they take the field in Pittsburgh on Monday night. If Buffalo beats New England and Houston beats Arizona, they lose, they're out.
Wow.
The Kansas City Chiefs, sir, there's a playoff eliminating scenario for them.
Wow.
If they lose to the Chargers, Buffalo beats New England, Jacksonville beats the Jets, and Houston beats Arizona, they're out. They're eliminated.
That is very possible.
They are done playing meaningful football for the final 3 weeks of the season. How about that?
That would be crazy.
But let's be a bit more of a positivity. Rabbit situation. And let's go rabbit hunting. Because there is a scenario in which the Chiefs make the playoffs.
Wabbit, Rich.
And I am going to lay it out for y'all in advance of Paul Rudd joining us in hour number 3. And here it is. The Kansas City Chiefs, all they got to do is win out.
Okay.
Have the Chargers lose 2 of their last 3, because part of the winning out would be beating the Chargers this week.
Yep.
2 of their last 3, and one of those losses the Chargers have to have is losing at Denver in Week 18. The other 2 games are at Dallas and home for Houston. That's possible. They got to have the Colts and Phillip Rivers or Riley Leonard lose twice. And then have neither the Ravens nor the Dolphins win out.
Okay.
And if that happens, your 7 seed, potentially visiting either Denver or New England in Wild Card Weekend.
We can't have that.
Would be
Brockman's like,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Woo!
Let me tell you what you don't want.
That. Now,
Yeah, don't want that.
is this a what's more likely Wednesday right now? What's more likely? The Chiefs get eliminated this week, this elimination scenario, or this happens?
They get eliminated this week.
Ooh, I'm with Chris.
Why?
on that
Because
one.
you think the Chargers don't lose 3 of their last 4?
No, because
Because you can't sit here and say the Ravens and the Dolphins are winning out, right? Ravens and the Dolphins are not winning out, right? Right?
No.
Let's take it one piece at a
don't
time.
think so.
Are the Colts winning 3 of their last 4 with Phillip Rivers?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I don't
Hold on a second. You don't think the Chiefs are winning out?
Right.
That's the thing.
Well, the
I
Kansas
agree.
City Chiefs have the rest of the way the Chargers at home. Okay. Then they are at Tennessee. Then they have Denver at home. And they're at Vegas. Which one of them gets them in Arrowhead?
On
Because
Sunday.
they're not losing on the road.
On Sunday.
You think the Chargers go in, sweep the Chiefs, potentially end their season?
Yeah, the Chargers are a better team than Kansas City.
Yeah, but the better team doesn't always win.
I'm just saying this is more than a Dumb and Dumber. You're saying I've got a chance here.
Going in Arrowhead.
Now, the problem is, again, they've lost 4 of their last 5 and have not looked like a team that can rip off 4 in a row because they can't string together 2, 3 clean drives.
That's the problem.
2, 3 clean quarters
That's the
right now. And every single mistake is getting magnified, whether it's a Mahomes pick or a misconnection or dropped pass.
Now Trey
an
Lance
Andy
has
Reid
to play,
decision.
then that's a different story. You know, if Justin Herbert can't go or gets knocked out.
The Chargers, I think, have the most. The Chargers and the Bears have the most difficult Final Four
Very
games.
difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Of anybody that I'm sitting here and seeing. I mean, the Bears' Final Four games are home for Cleveland, okay, but still at home for Green Bay, at San Francisco and Detroit. But the Chargers are 4 gauntlet runs here, man. As I mentioned, the Chargers have a visit to Kansas City, a visit to Dallas, home for Houston, and a visit to Denver.
Woo.
And if they lose 3 of their last 4, and one of them is to Denver, and the Colts lose twice, and neither the Ravens nor the Dolphins win out, the Chiefs win out, and they're in the playoffs. That's the 16% from the old next-gen stat generator. So what's going to happen? for the Kansas City Chiefs, whose record is, in fact,
It is going to be good.
this. Yeah.
It's going to be good, as I would say.
That's the setup, guys.
This is what's so cool about the NFL this year is there's not that team that we know is going to win.
not.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Rams most Sundays right now.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.
Chiefs Kingdom, let's talk about the moment we're living right now, because everything surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs has reached a point we haven't seen in nearly a decade. For the first time in 9 long years, the Chiefs are staring directly at playoff elimination. Think about that. For almost an entire era of NFL football, Kansas City has been the constant, the force, the standard. And now we're watching the league circle them like sharks, waiting to see if this dynasty finally slips for good. But before anyone buries this team, before anyone claims the road is closed, you need to hear this. Patrick Mahomes is still standing. And as long as Mahomes is standing, the Chiefs are never truly out. This week, the conversation around the league has been nothing but noise. The Chiefs don't control their destiny. They're not one of the playoff-clinching teams anymore. Analysts everywhere are listing elimination scenarios, putting Kansas City in the same breath as teams who haven't sniffed meaningful football in years. Cincinnati can be eliminated, Miami can be eliminated, and yes, unbelievably, Kansas City can also be eliminated if everything goes wrong on Sunday. But here's what people forget. Pressure has made the Chiefs who they are. Pressure forged Mahomes. Pressure turned Kelce into one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Pressure turned this organization into a 3-time Super Bowl champion. And pressure is exactly what Kansas City needs to feel right now, because the entire season has been slipping through their fingers. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They haven't been able to piece together consistent quarters, let alone full games. Every mistake is magnified. Every miscommunication is amplified. Every drop, every missed throw, every blown assignment is the difference between life and death in the AFC. The Chiefs of the past could afford those mistakes. This version cannot. But there is a path forward. There is a roadmap. It isn't easy, but it is real. Win out. Beat the Chargers. Beat the Titans. Beat Denver and Arrowhead. Finish the job against the Raiders. If Kansas City runs the table, they're alive. They force the AFC to deal with them again. And nobody, absolutely nobody, wants to see Mahomes sneaking into the playoffs as a 7 seed with nothing to lose. You can hear it in Andy Reid's tone. You can hear it in Travis Kelce's voice. This season has humbled the franchise. Kelce himself admitted that it feels different, that the answers aren't coming as easily as before, that for the first time in a long time, he can't just snap back into championship mode. But that vulnerability is exactly what makes this moment so powerful. Great players feel the weight of expectation, legends feel the weight of decline, but champions find something deep inside when everything seems to be collapsing around them. And that's where Patrick Mahomes becomes the defining factor. Because even with the drops, even with the interceptions, even with an offensive line that has been battered, Mahomes refuses to quit. He refuses to fold. He refuses to let this be the year Kansas City fades quietly into irrelevance. This team is bruised but not broken. This team is battered but not defeated. The Chiefs haven't lost their identity, they've lost their rhythm, and rhythm can return in a single moment, a single drive, a single spark that wakes up the belief inside every player on that sideline. Chiefs Kingdom, the road is narrow, the odds are low, but the fight is still alive. And as Mahomes reminded us time and time again over the years, miracles happen for Kansas City when everybody else is counting them out. So now I ask you, do you still believe? Do you still feel that heartbeat? Do you still trust that when Mahomes steps on the field, something special can happen? Because this locker room does, Chris Jones does, Kelce does, and Mahomes absolutely does. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do the Chiefs run the table? Do they make the playoffs? Or do you think this is the last stand of a dynasty? Drop your opinion below, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to Chiefs Kingdom Report for every update, every breakdown, and every moment of this wild ride. The season isn't over. Not yet. Not as long as number 15 is still fighting.